At fifth. Oh well. That's fine. That track is fun. Even though it's like I would consider it to be a stupid track, quote unquote. That's just because it's like a Mario circuit and that makes it pretty luck based. You should know if you see my video, the like I win on the stupid tracks. When I say stupid tracks, I do include tracks that I genuinely don't like, but I also include any track that's like really item based to show that like it's really dumb that I could just on occasion I'll just decide, hey, what if I front ran this race? And I like recently I front ran DS Figure 8 Circuit and just got away with it the whole race. It was pretty nuts. And by nuts I mean hilarious because you know y'all shouldn't be letting me get away with that. Let's do Thwomp Swamp. I don't think I've played this track on stream yet. I actually want to, as like a first goal of this stream, I want to play every single track in CTGP on stream. And then the game goes and picks this track, which is a track that I included on the I Win on the Stupid Tracks comp, because I genuinely don't like this one. Third, potentially? Okay. Well, not the worst thing that could have happened on that track, but it's still a fucking rabbit hole, so I don't like it. This track either needs a major overhaul or needs to be removed from CTGP. I really don't think it functions that well. And I can actually give a few prime examples. First of all, it is way too long. 2 laps, even still, that's too much. That was almost a 4-minute race. And then a couple other things is the slow ramp. The slow ramp is really not a good feature because you want to try to avoid it, and that makes the track ever more cumbersome. And then the mushrooms at that one big ramp section, and the track also generally feels very empty. There's a lot of long straightaways with not a ton of anything happening. And then the card guys at the end are annoying as well. But I think the biggest thing, honestly, would just be how long the track is and how empty the track is. I don't think it gives good races based on that. Thwomp Swamp. Thwomp Swamp on the other hand is like eventful, like pretty eventful by comparison. You know, you're never that far away from a turn or a ramp or a boost panel or a set of item boxes. In fact, at any given point on the track, you could be dealing with a combination of those, which is good. But at the same time, it's not like oversaturated. Like I think there are a couple tracks that either now that feel really saturated or that like used to be in the pack that were removed. I think because it like felt like too much. Now this track has been picked a lot of times as well, but I will actually never get tired of this track being picked. Okay. I always take the top route as well, just because it's more fun for me. Whoa, what is that bullet bill doing? Ooh, almost got him. That's one critique I have of this track, is that it's very hard to tell where the proper road ends and where the off-road begins. So that happens to me quite a bit when I like try to cut that turn tight. Ooh. That was good target shock. They didn't quite get him off the track, but they did make it so that he couldn't get the trick boost. You know what? Let me take the bottom route. I don't think I've taken the bottom route yet. I want to see. I think it's a little bit faster, but it's not as cool. It's not as fun. So. Oh no, he's getting redded too. That sucks for that guy. All right. Driving on along. taken back periodic. Very cool, very nice. Now, I guarantee that this is not a blue shell of lead. And there is enough of the race left to go that another blue shell could very easily come and hit me. In fact, I'm practically expecting it to happen. Or, you know, maybe not. Maybe just not. Okay. I guess I front ran. Wow, I had quite the breakaway too. Maybe that would have probably been a blue shell's worth of lead. That track is fun. And, you know, there are a lot of other tracks that I would complain about if they get picked a bunch of times, even if I like racing them occasionally. This track is not one of them. I think that it being a Nintendo design, as well as it being revamped to be a little bit more interesting in its shape, contour, and scenery, does a whole lot to, you know, make it basically never sour in my eyes. It's, and, you know, in a single phrase, chef's kiss. That's how I feel about that track. I've done Cheep Cheep Island, although not as much as I would think, because it's, like, in a very obvious and, like, prominent spot in the, like, the early cup. We got Lakeside Park. This track, I'm actually not as much a fan of, and since we just got done with the GBA track, I feel like I could aptly compare the two. This one is a Nintendo design, and gives pretty good races sometimes, you know? But I think there's a lot to be wanting in the shape of the track. You know, it's still very flat, and in the scenery. It's very much like you took the Game Boy scenery, the Game Boy track, and sort of blew it up and enhanced it for the Nintendo Wii hardware, which, you know, works on a technical level. It works pretty well, but I think in terms of like what I would like, or what I would even expect sometimes from a custom track, it can be a little bit lacking. Although one thing that's nice is that as much as people can kind of holy fuck. As much as people can front run on this track, it's not as it's not that bad because well, had to back out of that arrangement. It has plenty of grass for shortcuts, which is good. As we're about to actually see on the upcoming lap. I'm going to use this golden in a spot that I think would gain me a lot of ground. Try right here. Oh yeah, this is gonna give me so much ground. Look at that. I don't think that's even the golden spot, and I still moved up like an insane amount. Oh shit. Oh well, back down to 5th. Please don't bullet me, please don't star me. Alright. Yeah, Starmie. That's a Pokemon. I like that Pokemon. Aw, poor guy. Here, I'm just gonna do some of that. You can do that shroomless, but I don't exactly remember how to align myself to do it. Ooh, blue shell. Don't mind if I do. I'm just gonna go really wide here. Oh, okay. Well, or you could do that to me. That's cool too. Yes! Well, at least I'm in a back spot, so I'll get big pretty quick. Yeah, give me this. Golden mushroom? Hell yeah! Get me up there. You bet. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. For the content. Yeah, dude! when it mattered most. Hell yeah. Movie script. It was scripted. It was right here in the script. I wrote it down. That was supposed to happen. There is no surprise here. What a race! What a race! See that's a case in point. Like that is a strong case for the benefits of having Nintendo retros like that. However, I think it still warrants like a visual overhaul or like a slight design change just to make it a little bit more visually appealing, a little bit more exciting, just to drive on its own. You know?